All right. So today I'm here with Evelyn and Martine, and they are the owners of Sunnyside Sisters Bed and Breakfast. So today, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you did prior to coming to Clarksville, and what life events brought you our way.
Well, shall I start?
You start.
Well, I am 52 years old, and prior we used to live in the Netherlands. Of course, we have been living in the Netherlands for almost our whole life, except for a couple of years in the Caribbean. So we love to travel, and I used to work as a financial auditor. I'm a CPA, as you call it here in the United States. And I used to work for the central government in The Hague, and that's where we lived the last 3 years. And maybe more time.
Well, since 2000, 1999, I'm self-employed, was self-employed, still self-employed of course, well, together with you. But, I was working in the web design, branding, advertising. Before that it was working in the advertising branch, so designing logos, brands, websites, etc. And what was brought us to the United States? Of course, we love the States, United States. We've been here when we were together for 22 years. We went on vacation in the United States almost every year. Mm-hmm. And every year she thought of a team, and I was driving and we had all kinds of combinations, like Route 66 in combination with ghost towns. All kinds of, the president was around the elections, from Washington State to Washington DC, visiting all kinds of states where presidents came from. So every year we thought about something else, especially she. And of course, do you want to continue for?
And then when we turned 50, both turned 50, we were thinking about, hey, is this what we want? And we
work-wise, of course.
Yeah, work-wise. And in 2017, we bought a home in The Hague, and we renovated it, especially Martine. We renovated it, and the real estate market went very well. And so we thought, hey, this is for us now a opportunity to sell all our stuff, to cash it, and see if we can start a bed and breakfast in the United States, because we love the United States. That is what we already knew, and the people and the history and everything was here in space. And we wanted to start a bed and breakfast because we have both been in service jobs, always working with clients, and so we know we like that. But we also wanted to. We have stayed in a lot of bed and breakfasts, and we knew what we didn't want. Yes. So we know what we want to offer, and in 2019 we went. We wanted to go. We had to find a state where we wanted to go, and then we thought, hey, Virginia. I love history. That's one of my passions as well, besides the dogs. And we wanted to have a state where a lot of history was written, and so Virginia came up very fast. And also we have been here in Virginia. We love that it is in between the sea. You have the sea, and the other side you have the mountains. Yeah. And the people are so, we find the people really nice. We have been in a lot of states where it's all, and we have been in states that was really great as well. But, in Virginia, absolutely, it felt very good. And so we selected a couple of houses.
You opened the Zillow app, and we're looking at houses big enough, with enough land, and especially, that was the most important thing, history. Yeah. It needed to have history.
Yeah. And so we saw a lot of homes, not inside, only outside during 3 weeks, and we drove, in Virginia we have seen a lot of places. And then we came here, and one of the last homes we saw, and it was
Love at first sight.
Yes, love at first sight. And being here at the lake in the Netherlands is we are used to water. I've been the same whole life, and ice skating on the water. So we love water. So that's the lake is for us, for me especially, it must or sea or
Yes.
water, big water. You know, so you have you can see all the way through. And we've been here since, and we haven't had any regrets.
No.
It is.
But never been here before, so we only visited Clarksville the moment we were looking at all the houses. So it was the first time seeing Clarksville. It was, of course, it's a small town, but we love the side going, the old bridge going into Clarksville, and this is, and everyone was greeting, and it was love at first
It
sight.
felt like home.
Yeah, it felt like home,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, can you give me a little history about the home here? When it was built, maybe a little bit of background on Sunnyside.
Yeah. Well, it was built. The home has a back house and a front house, and the back home is the oldest part of this house, and it was built probably around 1824 something. We're not sure about that. The front home where we are here now was built around 1833, and it was built by let me see. It was the Hester family. They bought this, or her father bought this for her, and it was a wedding present. But they only lived here for a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years. And then the Guerrant family, they came here, and they had already, I think, 3 daughters or 4 daughters, and they started a plantation, tobacco plantation here. So it had originally, I think,
Thousands.
1,000 acres.
Oh, wow.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they, and then they got in total 10 children, of whom 10 daughters, and of whom 8 daughters saw adolescence. And they stayed here. They had their and did pretty well. He was a lawyer, and he had pretty substantial parts of land here in Clarksville. He sold a lot of land. For example, the land where the old warehouse was, the tobacco warehouse. The land also used to be of the Guerrant's. And it went pretty well, and he had, he had also hogs and other
Farm
things,
animals,
farm animals, then the Civil War came, of course, and being here in the southern, they were more for the Confederate. And after the war, the farm, it declined. The farm didn't go very well. It was the tobacco prices, I guess, were not doing well. Also, the cheap labor was gone, so they couldn't. It went very. And he also got a kind of a how do you say that, a lawsuit. So what he did, he sold all his land, and I think it was around then 425 acres was left. He sold it all to his daughters, and there were still 4 daughters living here in the home with also the mother, and then because the daughters saw that it wasn't going very well with the farm, they decided they were educated very well themselves, and they decided, and that was something that would happen all the time during after the Civil War, that a lot of the governors, normally they had ladies coming from France or from Europe, and they taught the richer daughters, educated them. So that was something that people couldn't afford anymore. So what they did was they started a day school and a school for girls, a boarding school for girls in 1870, I think. Yeah. And then in 1875, Mr. Guerrant died, and they still, they had for 30 years they had their school. One of the sisters died pretty end of 1886 or 7 or something, and their mother as well. But then the 3 ladies stayed here. And they were very well known here in the community, and they did a lot for the community. They were Presbyterians. They also have, and that's really nice, we have in the beginning of 1900 they had a new church built, and the Presbyterian church, and one of the windows was donated by the Sisters Guerrant. So that's something that there's now a plaque. They put that down. So they had a really, they were very well known. And when the last sister died, before she died, she already sold it to a farmer, Mr. Johnson, and he, and it was like, in the year that she died, she of course didn't know that, so she had arranged that she could live here until she died, but it was very soon afterwards, and so he moved in with his family. And in the 40s, they sold it. Then they moved, they sold the house or auctioned the house.
Was it a dairy farm, right?
Yes.
Yes, with cows, dairy farm, and they sold it to they sold it to another family, but at the end they sold it to the Price family. Maybe you remember them.
Yes, my mother very distinctly remembered it being the Johnson Dairy Farm.
Yeah.
Because she would walk through here to go to school.
All right. Yes.
She was born in 32.
Yeah, over the old road, probably.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 32. Yeah. Then it was Johnson. The Johnson, and let me see, the Price family had it for a long time as a dairy farm as well. And then then it was vacant for a while.
Yes, it was.
And what I was told last week that some guy bought all, but sold off the land. So all the 400 something acres, 400 acres he sold. And the house was just vacant. Yeah, you must remember that it was vacant. And then the Guerrant family came. The Clippinger family came, the Dr. Clippinger, and he and his wife Helen was absolutely also very interested in history, and she made it happen that this house was came on the history register.
Yes.
In 1996.
Very good.
Yeah, so that was her. They were very passionate about this house, but it took them 20 years because they worked. So this was really a weekend home. Mm-hmm. I met one of their daughters. They passed away themselves already, but they Marty. I met one of their daughters, and she gave me some documents that her mother had required and had archived, and a lot of pictures we've seen, and then they sold it to the Nagels, and Rita still has the art or the antique shop here where Karen Kuhn used to be at the other side.
Right.
Yes, and so she's I think 97 or something, 96, 97. So. And she used to live here with her husband, and And then she sold it to Mr. Koch, or no, it was auctioned again, and then Mr. Koch bought it, I think 2013 or something.
Yeah.
And he had his restaurant here, and then it was vacant. Yeah, the home has been vacant a lot.
Yes.
I think the Carringtons have lived here longest, and they really have. Yeah, you feel it when you come here. They love the home. It is all over the place, and they have a small cemetery here. It's on our property, but it's not our property. And it is there. The Carrington family is laid to rest, and also Mr. Johnson and his sister-in-law are also there. And it is yeah. So also one of the descendants of the Carrington family, Anne Schraver, she came here also to visit us, and she has plans to make sure that the cemetery, because we cleared the whole path to the cemetery, but not the cemetery itself, because it's not our property.
Yes.
I'm willing to help, of course, but it's not.
So she is together with some other family. They are, they will come here and clear it as well.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yes.
That'll be respectful.
Yes.
All right, thank you for that. I appreciate it. That was a lot of information.
Yeah,
you are really a historian at heart, for
sure.
Yes,
thank you. Yeah, I love to do that. Yeah.
Okay, so give me an idea of what a stay at Sunnyside Sisters would be like.
Well, for first we have very large rooms. So every room has, we have 5 rooms, 5 bedrooms with private baths. So it's very private. We have 3 king-size bedrooms, 2 queen-size bedrooms. We have bath with tubs, without tubs.
We also have workspaces.
Yeah, we have
sitting area.
Yeah, seating areas in every room, a desk in every room. Some of the rooms will have tables as well, so you can have your breakfast in the room. So you can make it as private as you want. And it is, I guess, basically what we would like to, to see what in a bed and breakfast is just to relax. That you come and you close the door and you can relax. You can also work here, and because we have a
business grade Wi-Fi or internet.
Yes.
So video conferencing with more than 10 people, or that's no problem.
No. And every morning we have, of course, a breakfast, and we are the bed and breakfast with the Dutch touch. What basically means that we make a breakfast that is part Dutch. One of my specialties is baking bread, and so I will make sure that every morning we have fresh baked bread.
But that's more the Dutch bread.
Yes, and that's
so
the Dutch
it's not
way
American bread. So
yes.
It's not that sweet. It's
And of course we have the basic things, but we'll make sure we also every morning we'll have something different during the week, and make sometimes it will be an egg dish, or sometimes it will be a waffle, or
in the weekends maybe something special Dutch, but that's you have to find out.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll try to, every day will be a little bit different, and every season will also be different because of what is available in fruit and in vegetables.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And because we are from Europe, we also will include an English breakfast or a German breakfast with sourdough maybe, because our friend Peter Charles has a bakery here and they sell sourdough. Though it's not something I can make, but
you have to have that starter for it.
Yeah. So and of course, if people have preference or diet things, then of course we can always talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds terrific.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
and we have, and that is, we forget to tell that every time, but we have a gym.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we have
Yes,
a gym.
we have a treadmill and we have a bike.
Yes.
And we have a gym, and
Yeah.
that is for a bed and breakfast. Very, very special. We haven't stayed in a bed and breakfast. Never.
No, never.
there
We
was never
always
a-
had to run outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
But because we love to run, also during our vacations, and we were always looking for some place where we could have some workout or. Now we thought it's really nice to have it inside, especially in the summer months when it's very hot. We have the air conditioning there, and it is all very luxurious.
Oh, that is fabulous. That's
Yes.
great. So tell me, what has been your biggest challenge in the remodeling process?
To be honest, two major things. The one is of course the measurements. In Europe we're used to the centimeters, millimeters, liters, etc. And here you have to work with inches, feet, yards. So that made it hard. I bought a measurement with two on it, one with the inches, the other one with the centimeters, but it was so complicated that
To read it anyway.
Yeah, to read it anyway. So I guess after 3 months or so, I was used to the inches, and now I do and think everything in inches, and we both do. We got used to it. So that's,
Yes.
and the other thing is when we were doing the sewer, and I was buying all the materials, the pipes, and also for the water. What we are used to in the Netherlands is you measure the outside of the pipe, and you know that's the size of your pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that you have a round something. In the United States, you measure the inside. So I thought I would buy for water. I measured an inch the outside, but it was basically a 3/4 of an inch pipe. So I bought an inch pipe. We worked with the inch pipe. It all worked out, but that was the biggest, because then we have to find a lot of connections to get the 1 inch fit to 3/4 fit. Of course you can buy those, but that was a little bit more. That was
Just getting used to that process.
yeah, that was hard.
Yes.
But now I'm used to it. Now I know what to do and how to measure and how to buy.
Very good.